Hey everyone, it's Sebastian. I've got a list of 5 more questions that people have asked whenever they join our community. If you're not part of our community, see the links below, and you can come and join us and hang out and ask questions, and I'll get those answered for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is from Elva, and Elva asks how to avoid using the same names as others in fragrance oils and candles. So you don't want to have the same name as multiple other people, is what I'm getting at. And you want to know how to avoid doing that. So, first thing I would do, just go to Google. Go to Google or Bing or whatever search website that you like to use and just search for it. So, for instance, I would, this is our winter spice candle. So, I would just go onto Google. I would put it in quotes, the name Winter Spice, and see what pops up. See if there's candles. There might be other products out there. There might even be some other candles out there. My concern would be like, is it going to be something that would be trademarked or not? You could also go out to the USTPO's website to see if something's trademarked. A lot of times, if you click on it, if it's a smaller brand or a smaller maker, most likely they're not trademarking the names. So you should be kind of okay to use that. But some of the big names, they do trademark their scents. So I would be cautious about using something that's a Bath and Body Works or a Yankee Candle or any of those. There's also other people that do trademark their names. So just be cautious, but just put it in quotes on Google and see what pops up. And if you want to be super thorough, you could always go out to the USTPO's website and see what they have there. But try to be original, try to change it up. There is going to be some that multiple people are going to use. For instance, the like Fruit Loops candles, right? Some you'll see people call it cereal, some will call it Fruity Loops or Fruit Loopy, things like that. Um, that they're used often. It's super similar. Could they come after you for using that name? Probably because it's so similar. And just because it's kind of not deceiving or being deceptive, but it's using really their name. It's up to you to decide if you want to use that or not. I would definitely be careful with using anything that some of these big brands like the Disney scents, things like that, hotel scents, things like that are using because they will certainly come after you. And if you're selling on a site like Etsy, it's one thing if you're selling on your own website, if you were to get like a cease and desist letter from their representatives, that's one thing. You could take it down, make it right. Um, Hopefully all is well in the world after that. But if you're selling on sites like Etsy, if they get a demand from those companies to take your posting down, they might just ban you from selling on there. And then if that's the way that you're always selling, then you have to look for a new platform. So I'd be really cautious whenever you are using a name similar to someone else's that is in fact trademarked and selling on someone else's platform. 'Cause then you have no control if they shut you down. So that's what I would do with that. But ChatGPT can be good. You have to know how to use ChatGPT the right way. And we use it for several different things. And if you are having trouble coming up with scent names, that's always a good source to use there. But you also have to make sure that you're using it the right way so that it's not giving you the same results that it's basically giving everyone else, and that it is um, using your brand. Yeah. So let's get on to the next one here. So the next one is from Irma. Irma asks, what fragrance oils do you recommend are the best that blend well with the wax? There's so many good ones. We have a supply list completely free. You can download that. It should be in notes below. It's also on our website at candlebusinesspro.com. And under free resources, you'll see a supply list. It has all of our suppliers that we use. Keep in mind, though, not every oil from every supplier is going to be fantastic or is not going to align with what you're looking for. Some people are looking for super strong scents, and they're super strong scents with all of our suppliers, but not every oil is super strong if that makes sense. So we have we have a Palo Santo out here that I think comes through really great. We have a tobacco leaf that comes through really great. But we also have like our citrus agave scent that we use in one of our candles. People love that candle, but it's not strong. It's not overwhelming. It's not powerful. So buy from a reputable supplier. Also, you can certainly ask in our groups, our free group or in our membership group, if you're looking for a particular scent, or just asking some of the other communities as far as if you're looking for something specific. There are oils such as vanilla, where every supplier is going to have a vanilla, and they can be quite different. We went through 3 or 4 vanillas before we found one that we really wanted to use in our candles, because you're going to have some that are super sweet, like a buttercream type of vanilla. You're also going to have some that are um, very light. You're also going to have those kind of artificial scented ones, and that's what we wanted to stay away from. We really want to stay away from that artificial vanilla. It's kind of like strawberry too. Strawberry is one of those we don't use. We have a strawberry cream scent that we use a little bit, and then a couple things in the summertime. But like that's one of those scents that like is widely vary by supplier. So kind of with how I tell everyone to really find people to align with on your candle making journey, on your business journey. That we have people that we kind of have formed a small little group with that I'll call up and I'll say, hey Anna, what do you use for this? And kind of get some feedback there. In fact, Anna is one of the she makes our she's another candle maker, but she supplies our shops with body mists. They're fantastic. So she knows scent very, very well. So I know if I contact her, she can give me some advice because she's one of those um, fragrance oil addicts that buys every oil out there, and she can tell you exactly what you're looking for. Align yourself with people that have yourself a community. It'll help you so much, not just in picking out fragrance oils, but also just like on this journey. Right now, there's a big wax supplier that is no longer going to be making waxes. That's going to be a problem for a lot of people. If you have a community around you, you will be able to ask them, hey, how do we pivot? What's similar? How am I going to move forward with my business? But that's a whole other conversation for a different video. But ask around. I wouldn't buy anything off of Amazon. I wouldn't buy anything that is kind of an unknown brand when you're getting started. I do appreciate that there are up and coming fragrance oil um, sellers out there, and a lot of them are all getting their same oils from the same manufacturer, which is good because then they're kind of being made the same way. However, they are going to have different strengths to them because they are going to be formulated differently for these different suppliers. So keep that in mind as well. They might be manufactured by the exact same company and then resold by the supplier, but the supplier wants more bang for their buck, so it's going to be diluted in a way a little bit more than another one would. So it kind of depends on what you're going for too. So long-winded answer for you there, Irma. But again, our supply list is free, completely free, and it has the suppliers that we choose from on there, and it's always getting updated. So just download that, and you'll be able to get our trusted suppliers there. Okay, so the next question is from Holly, and Holly asks how to make the best labels. So it depends on what you're kind of asking there. So if you're talking about actual label or label design, then hiring a designer to do that is going to be the best way to go. Someone that is an expert in making logos. We have someone that we work with that creates all of our labels for us. We have an idea. We tell them, hey, this is the scent. This is kind of what we're thinking. And they do, really great work for us. So these are all, I can't say that I did this. Like this is something that we had an idea. We knew the scent, we knew the notes. And so hiring someone to do your labels, if you're really wanting to go kind of professional, and seeing how difficult are your labels going to be. I certainly can't do a label like that myself. However, Chad did do a. Let me show you these, which are really cool. So. Um, These candles here are part of our Sweet Memory collection, so you can actually see those on our website as well at Third Garden and Beacon. But these labels here, we did do these. We being Chad did these. Chad designed these. He just used a little template. He put our logo in there, the name of the scent and the notes, and then the collection name down there. And then these are all like our foodie scents, right? So kind of like it was like circus themed is kind of what we were going for. So we just had the big stripes through it. So we did this ourselves. We designed this in Canva. That's totally fine. If you have taken our candle making course, we actually have a bonus in there that has some editable labels. We have like 5 or 6 different templates, different sizes and things like that, that you can literally just open up that label and put your information on it and create your own. It's just a good starting spot. But there's also other free options out there as well. You do not have to buy our course just to get some labels. I'm just letting you know that we have labels there for you to use. But if you go into Canva, you can probably just type in candle label, and it'll probably pull up some templates there. So if that's what you're asking for, is about how to make the best labels, hiring someone that you trust to do it. Again, ask other candle makers, because just going out and finding a graphic designer could work. But doing it off of like Fiverr or those kind of websites where people are just doing that stuff, you want to see someone's work first. So again, partner with someone, align yourself in a community with people. Like in our membership, it's people that are all just growing their candle business, and we obviously all trust each other because we're all on the same journey. And so people in the membership, they ask questions like that, and they're going to get 10 different answers, but they're all good. And so then you can align yourself with one of those designers if you want, to kind of help you out. So yeah. Next question is Jennifer. Jennifer says, how to narrow down testing so I'm not losing so much money. Okay. I'm going to reference how we do it in our course. So when we have a new scent, so we're trying to figure out, all right, what oils this is going to be, what wicks to use. That's ultimately testing comes down to what wicks to use, because that is going to decipher when your candle is good and when it's not good. It's going to be the wick that you use, and to make sure all the burning is falling within the guidelines and things like that. So the way we do it in our course that we teach is you go off of we've created a super big, super a large wick guide that has different suppliers for different waxes. And it's just a starting point, right? It's not going to be the like wick Bible where like what you read is exactly what it is. And we tell you that, but we give you a really good starting point. So, and the way we do it in our course that we have students do is go off the wick guide. It's going to be based on the wax. It's going to be based on the oil, and it's going to be based on the diameter of your jar. And so we have a really good starting point for you. And also you can find this on a lot of suppliers' websites. Keep in mind, it's going to be different based on the oil percentage that you're using, the wax. So like if it's a soy wax, like then there's gonna be a lot of different soy waxes, right? Because they're all going to be formulated a little bit different. But once you have that starting point wick, always do one size up, one size down. So you've got 3 at a time. Most likely you're going to win with one of those 3 once you go through your testing. And it's really good to do the testing of those 3 at the same time, because then you can see the difference. Because when you test one wick and then you go up a size and then you test that, you might not remember exactly how that other one burned, to see which one was better. So we like to do all 3 at the same time. Now, not in the same room, because we like to test for our hot throw at the exact same time that we're testing for our wick size. So that will save you by making sure that you are testing hot throw at the same time. So you need to make sure that your environment that you're testing in is the environment that candle should perform in. A candle like this size, this is a little 7.5 ounce, 7.5 ounce candle of ours. I should go look at the bottom. Yeah, 7-ounce candle of ours. So like, this isn't going. Then this is a soy. This isn't going to fill a massive space, right? So like, I wouldn't want to test this candle in my shop to see if it works or not, because this isn't the environment for a candle of this size. This size candle is going to be good for, an office, a smaller bedroom, a bathroom, things like that. So I wouldn't want to test this in a large environment, because then it's gonna be like, oh, I have no hot throw. Well, you're not going to get hot throw with the formula that is with the wax and the oil percent that we use. Now, of course, you can make a candle of this size fill up a room, but you've got to have the right wax, the right oil, and all of that. And with our soy candles, that's not necessarily realistic. Now, in these coconut soy candles, if this was in this size, it would definitely, I think, fill this room, because our formulation for our coconut soy is definitely a strong hot throw. But I'm getting way off topic here. So to answer your question about how to not lose a lot, even though I'm saying test 3 at a time, that also is going to get you through it quicker. And because you're going to remember which one does better, because you're doing them all at the same time, rather than, okay, this one didn't work, so then I'm going to go up a size. Okay, then I'm going to go up a size. Then I forgot about this one. So which one's better? test 3 at a time. Test the one that you think is right, go up a size, go down a size. That will help you a lot there so that you're not in the long run losing money. Also align yourself with people. I kind of, that's my whole, the way we build our brand and what we're doing now inside of Kindle Business Pro and our membership is just work with people that are doing what you want to do and learn from each other and grow together. It's incredible. No, it's not competitive. It's, hey, I've got a market this weekend. I had this issue. How do you rectify this issue? I've had a customer that has requested this. How do I provide this? How do I provide the most value for my customers and how do I grow my brand? Reach out to a couple people. Reach out to a couple people that you feel are on the same journey as you or one step ahead that they can give you advice. That's what I would suggest there. And the let's see here. Okay, so the last question is from Michelle. Michelle asked, "How did you start when you still had a 9 to 5 before quitting your job? Any tips for working towards quitting your job?" Sure. So we worked a lot. We hustled and hustled. Every day when we got off of work, from 5:30 to 9:30, we were testing a candle. We do 4-hour test burns, and then we moved on to the next candle. Then we moved on to the next candle, and we would have several testing at a time. Again, make sure that you're testing in the right size room. So we'd have one in this bathroom, one in this office, one upstairs in that bathroom, one upstairs in that office. We'd be testing all the time, but we can only do one test burn a night because I'm going to bed at 9:45 or 10 o'clock. So, and then the weekends was just full of getting our business right, getting it ready to go. Then we started doing our markets, and that was all just weekend based. So that's where we got our proof of concept that people actually liked our candles. We made some adjustments where needed. We cut out some oil or cut out some scents that didn't sell. And we all along while you're doing that, you're gaining the confidence and you're understanding um, what's going to work for a business long term. Keep in mind, you got to think ahead as far as sure, we were pulling in some really good money from those markets on the weekends, but our market season is short here in Michigan because our winters are very long. So just because we're doing good in the summer doesn't mean that we can survive doing this year round. So my thoughts on that is you don't quit your 9 to 5 until it's getting in the way of you making more money. So I didn't. So when Chad was able to quit his job and open up the store because we had saved up the money from the markets and we started getting our wholesale accounts. That's how we opened up our first storefront. He was able to do that. I wasn't. We couldn't replace both of our incomes at the time by um, working in the store. It wasn't realistic and it would have been too scary to try to do that. So I kept my 9 to 5 job until the candle business needed me and me working my 9 to 5 was getting in the way of our business growing. So I got pulled into the business so that um, so I wouldn't quit your 9 to 5 until it's preventing you from making money and growing your business while supporting you as well. So I would 95% of candle makers will not make this a full-time job, just being realistic. We all know that we're all in candle groups and there's thousands of us in there, right? Um, how many of them are fortunate enough to just do it full time? Generally, that's because people give up too quick or they don't see that it takes a lot to run a business. In our membership, those people are dedicated. Our members are looking for it, but it's not easy, right? We still struggle. We're still going through seasons. This is our first. I could be open right now, but there's no one outside. It's our off season starting now. It's quiet. So like I'm here making videos and trying to help other people because it's quiet and I can do that. But I couldn't, we have 3 stores. The store here wouldn't be able to pay our bills in the off season because this is a tourist area that I'm at right now. So you got to just make sure that you got a full plan. So that's all I'll say about that. This became a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a quick video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like this. Also, we have a whole playlist now of these Q&As that I like to do every week. Um, Candle Business Pro, that's our website. That's where you can find our courses, our wholesale course. Also, a lot of free stuff as well. There's a free candle calculator of how we do our candle math. Also, on that supply list I've mentioned a few times is on there. And that's always getting updated. So if you download it once, we'll send out emails as we update it. We change some of the suppliers. Also, there's some discounts on there as well. So, and if you're ready to make this into a business, come join us inside the All Access Pass membership. So again, it's a tight group of really dedicated people. We meet every week for office hours, and we also do some family dinners once a month where we grab a glass of wine or some pizza, and we just hang out and just talk shop. And then we also do monthly workshops. So yeah, so that's my selling point on the membership. But again, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being here. If we can answer any questions for you, submit them to me inside of our Facebook group. Also, there's a link for that below. Join that, ask questions, and I'll answer them on video for you. So hopefully you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.